David, this is surreal. I never felt like I had as big of shoes to fill than when I came into this role as artistic director. There is not a person in Australia that doesn't love you. And
I think I could name a few.
That's the job, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's so great to chat with you. It's always such an honor and a joy. You have served as a mentor, as a friend, as a confidant, as a guider. Now I'm 4.5 years into this job, but you were 20.
Yeah.
And so let's rewind 10 years ago when you had the vision for your version of Sleeping Beauty. And, did you feel this weight of responsibility of Sleeping Beauty, or were you like, this is exactly what I want to do?
It was, because I had commissioned a beauty before, and it served its purpose, but I knew that we needed an update, and I knew that it couldn't not be right, and I knew I wanted to work with Gabriella, because that was we'd done a Scheherazade in 2006, but I'd seen so many of her works that she had that amazing ability to sort of bring fantasy to the stage, but make it look fresh.
Yeah.
And so when she was on board, I was like, okay, here we go.
There's no lack of fantasy in the version, which I think, the big classics need because they're fairy tales, especially Sleeping Beauty. So revisiting it 10 years later, with now a company that you don't run.
Amazing.
Footloose and fancy-free. What's the experience been like, revisiting it?
Actually, look, it's been joyful. It really has been joyful. I mean, I loved the experience of making it because it was like, as you know, like working with the family. It was like all of the people that you'd seen from, almost birth to, to stage. This time it's been so wonderful to see some of those dancers like in a completely different, place, but equally to see the wealth of talent in the company. And I have loved getting to know them in a way, just through this short amount of time, but also seeing the respect that everyone has for the work, and it's weirdly become a sort of a heritage piece in the final, the last 10 years. I mean, Sleeping Beauty is a heritage piece, but this production sort of just become like a little time capsule, which is beautiful.
Last question. Do you miss the job?
Oh my God. That's a fabulous question. Resoundingly in my head, I'm saying no. But I miss that opportunity to commission work and to do that sort of thing where you see someone join the company and then become a principal dancer. But I get the joy of that now with none of the responsibility, and I still love watching the company, and I still, it's really enjoyable when you get the emails and see on Insta, this is the new intake for the year, and then, over the last 5 years, I've seen, these, the same thing without any of the responsibility, and that's just joyful.
Well, you look great.
10 years younger.
You look rested. No.
But, yeah, it's, I think I would miss it if you weren't doing such a great job.
Oh, you just took the words out of my mouth, and I'm interviewing you. But listen, you're just such a legend. You're a household name. You're one of the nicest people anyone has ever met. And it's just, I consider it such an honor and a privilege to be able to come back to you and ask you the smallest little detail of advice to the biggest, piece of advice in what I'm navigating with this role. And I just can't imagine anything better than going from one David to the next in this way.
It's something in the name. I think that's
it's
what
something
it is.
In the name. Something in the name. David, thank you so much. And thank you for joining us again for Sleeping Beauty, but again, for your presence. It's always so welcomed and warmed.
Well, thank you for inviting me.